Again. On the surface, Lake Okanagan presents a scene of calm beauty, but this view can change in a moment. Winds rise seemingly from nowhere, whipping the lake into a fury. Can it be that below this changeable surface dwells a creature rivaling the famous Loch Ness Monster? The Okanagan Indians have lived near the shores of the lake for centuries, long before the white man. Like all Indians, they hold a deep reverence for nature, believing that all of creation is part of the plan of the Great Spirit. The Indians of Okanagan both respect and fear their lake. Many of their legends are built around it. These legends are passed down around the campfires from generation to generation.
You know, and this lake is like a living sacred thing. In an hour or 2 hours, this lake can be a raging body of water, and very dangerous. In this lake, we have the Nchacha'itk. It's a serpent that lives in the water, and it's been told to me by my great-grandfather, and told to him by his ancestors.
In early times, according to legend, no Indian would attempt to cross Lake Okanagan without first offering a small animal to the lake monster. There are stories of those who failed to make such offerings and whose horses were sucked under by a mysterious force. Stories of canoes wrecked and scattered on the rocks. The Indian's offering can be viewed as a spiritual act of sacrifice, or as the pragmatic act of appeasing a hungry monster. At the Kelowna Museum near Lake Okanagan, we talked with curator Ursula Surtees, who has devoted years to the study of the local Indian culture.
Naharitik lived about midway down Okanagan Lake in a little cabin underneath Squally Point. And Ogopogo, or Naharitik, was a creature that had to be appeased whenever the occasion arose. Many people have cast some doubts as to whether Ogopogo was really there, but the Indian people have for years known about Ogopogo, and we have learned over a long period of time that Indian legends, for the most part, have a very substantial amount of fact and truth in them.
Mary Moon is the author of Ogopogo, the Okanagan Mystery.
I first came up into this lake country in 1972 as assistant editor of a magazine to write 7 or 8 stories about this area. And everywhere I went up and down the valley, they kept saying this funny word, Ogopogo, Ogopogo. And I said, what's an Ogopogo? And they said, oh, the snake in the lake. And I said, what? They said, the snake in the lake. And I said, please tell me about it. And they rounded up half a dozen people, 7 or 8 people, of stunning respectability and great enthusiasm and great sincerity. And they told me their stories, and they all hung together.